Good morning, pregame crew. How are you? I hope you are well. 1 second. I waited till I turned the mic on to cough. That wasn't very smart. But I promise I'm going to get you ready for the trading day, even though I can't run a mic and cough at the same time. I know technical analysis, a little bit of it. Thank you for being here. This is the pregame show. This is a show where I get you ready for the trading day. We have data in 9 minutes, just to remind you. We have data in 9 minutes. And then in 9 minutes, I'll go over indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. Between now and then, I hope to get all the sneezing out of my system and do a few chart requests. Audio visual check. Perfect night truck. Thank you. Hey, Shake and Bake. Hey, Topher, Alnick. Hey, Bob, Renaissance Man, Greg, Sam. Hey, Tess, Mary, Simeon, Mike. Hi, Gregory and Sid. Good morning to you both. Hey, Keith, Sandor, Caesar, Adri, Card Lady. I will look at UPS, Sandor. I'm just going to tell you before I even pull it up, there is such a thing as a 3-day rule. A 3-day rule is after earnings. If you have a name that's thrashed and trashed like UPS, you leave it alone for 3 days and let all the downgrades come in, let all the talking heads be done with it on TV and in different write-ups, and then you can look for a potential long. That's just a general rule of thumb, but I will look at it for you. I'm glad you're excited about my webinar, Shake and Bake. I am too. All right, UPS. Yeah, this is still pretty beat up. 176.09 is your last remaining support. We're breaking, not your last, but your closest one. And then the next one is down at 172.14. Bears have control of this name. We are beat up on the hourly and 4 hour. Daily is approaching oversold. I mean, I guess you could take a stab at a 176 long, but you're right there right now. And if you drop below it, I mean, where would you put your next stop? 174.85 would be your next support below that from the daily chart. So personally, I would just kind of stick with the 3-day rule and don't try to put lipstick on a pig and buy this here. Yeah, Bitcoin is ripping. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, you're welcome, Sandor. I have time for more chart requests if you would like to put one out there. FSC, what's moving today? MARA, Riot, Bitcoin, crypto names. They're moving. And if you are part of TCG, you're ready to kiss Charting Man Dan right on the mouth because he gave us a wonderful heads up yesterday about Riot. Watching Bitcoin and Riot for strength with the XLF bad news, the FRC bad news that kept coming in, fear news, Biden office spoke on FRC, and there was rumors that the Feds could step in by Friday on FRC, and it really took down the banks, but it boosted crypto. So the thought process or the thesis is that when people are getting scared of the banking system, they're moving to crypto to conduct their businesses and to hedge, and they're moving to gold. And we saw that narrative in March, and it played out again yesterday. And Charting Man Dan told everybody in the room, hey, watch Riot. And sure enough, it went nuts. Good morning, TCG. Good morning, Sarana. Hey, Duke and Bobo. And Casey. Good morning, Daniel. Audrey, Curtis. So Mara and Riot, they are my Queen of the Mountain trades today. I would be watching for first 5-minute oversold if you get it for a potential long. That is the conservative way to approach this. Is look for first 5-minute oversold for longs on MARA and Riot. I would also do that same trade setup on Microsoft. Microsoft has a bullish reaction after earnings. JPM, I'd be looking the opposite. I'd be looking for a reverse back burner. So I just kind of jumped ahead and gave you my Queen of the Mountains already. That's just how I roll. I do it my way. Frank Sinatra. Hey, JB79, you're in Twin Falls. Wonderful. Beautiful city. Sure, I can look at Pepsi. Beautiful. Did they have earnings? They had earnings yesterday morning, and didn't Coke? Coke had earnings Monday after hours. So Pepsi and Coke, obviously soda is still in vogue. These are some super strong charts. Does it have a dividend? Yeah. $1.15. So it looks like the next dividend will be in June. I don't know what to do with this up here. It's beautiful. First hourly oversold. You could set an alert and say, okay, I'll just try to buy the next daily high or low. My alert's not working. Well, that's not good. One second. I gotta find my chart. A chart that works, that is. Trading View. One second, I'm here, y'all. Okay, don't know what happened there. That's frustrating. Okay, back to Pepsi. This is why I start early, so I can get warmed up. So I'm not a total noob when I start at 6:30. Okay, so you'd set an alert for first RSI oversold of 30 on the hourly, and that should give you a good area to scout a daily high or low. Curtis, that's cute. KSA. Is that liquid? It had twice the normal volume yesterday. What is the other? Okay, TASI. KSA. Let me go back to that one. As a swing short, 41.46 is your next resistance. We got over 40.76. This is a terribly illiquid chart. Big gaps. I don't like it. It could absolutely work, but I don't like it. This is a strong chart. Why pick on the biggest bully in the, on the playground? We do have some bearish RSI divergence, where RSI is making a lower low while price made a higher high. We did have elevated bear volume yesterday, but again, I don't like this chart in any way. It could work, and I hope it works for you. Good morning, George. Sorry to hear that too. Lunar. Wait, are you talking about this one? Okay. What was it down on? Looks like news related, down 18% yesterday. Do you have any supports left? You have no supports left. You're in black dirt breakdown. Black dirt breakdown means you're at new all-time lows. I can't condone going long on this chart. All right, y'all ready to get started? We have data coming out right now, and that data that's coming out is core durable goods, a little bit more than what was forecasted. We don't have retail inventories populated yet or good trade balance. We have crude oil at 10:30. So good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. So if you are on YouTube you can click right here and sign up for my webinar tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Even if you can't attend live, go ahead and sign up and we will email you a copy of the webinar and a PDF handout, if you will, of all the major topics that I'm covering tomorrow night. So it'll be fun. I hope you can make it. You can give me a follow on Twitter at CharkAlLori. And what I do here every morning is I try not to sneeze in your ears. I know I sound nasally this morning. Allergies are getting me. We finally have a little bit of warm weather. We have things blooming around here. And they're making me bloom and sneeze. So what I do here every morning is we go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. I have notes that are off screen. I copy and paste those for TCG members only when I'm done with the show. And here's my table. This is a table that I use to collect data and look at all my correlations. And this is a way for me to convey to you how I arrived at my thesis. So my thesis for the day, and it was yesterday as well, is bearish. I'm leaning more bearish than bullish. The question is, can Microsoft single-handedly save this market? I don't think it can. We'll see. We're going to take it one step at a time. The banks are getting bad news with FRC, but we're getting good news with PACW. PACW says that they did not lose deposits. In fact, they gained deposits. So PACW is up overnight. But we have XLE, XLF, and XLV really weighing on the market. Again, can Microsoft and Bitcoin single-handedly save this market? And bonds have been extremely oddly bullish. So I have it highlighted in this aqua color just to kind of point out that they don't fit the narrative. The narrative is bearish, 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 bearish. But bonds, Bitcoin, and Microsoft are standing out from that narrative. You know, can those three things alone save this market? We will see. All right. So starting with ES, we are in an hourly downtrend. The 8 EMA has been suppressing price. We have no sign of bulls yet. We are in an hourly inside bar. 15-minute, we don't have a trend change yet, and we're getting suppressed by the EMA still. So we look at this daily chart, we have lost the daily uptrend. Is this still a weekly bull flag is the question. And Dan even brought up last night on the market recap video, could this be, okay, why is that black? Could this be the start of a cup and handle? Here and here. It could be a weekly bull flag. So we'll see. We'll see how this develops. Again, we're going to take things one step at a time because we have earnings this week. So tomorrow we have GDP. We have GDP at 8:30 tomorrow. And then Friday we have PCE. Where is it? Right here. Core PCE 8:30 on Friday. So we have GDP tomorrow and initial jobless claims. We have PCE on Friday. We have Meta after hours earnings today and Amazon after hours earnings tomorrow. And we have Apple earnings next week. And guess what? We have FOMC next week. We have an interest rate decision next week. So we got a lot of variables that could turn everything on its head. Yesterday was an amazing day. We talked about JPM short, FRC short, PACW short, SHOP short. This is yesterday morning. Now, XBI short and a possibility for a bear trend day yesterday. And it all worked out. We were 6 for 6. And I hope you took advantage of it. Yep. Same thing, Simeon. I don't know. I don't know why bonds are so bullish and the market was pulling down. I don't know. We're pulling back a little bit right now on bonds. Potential 4-hour bull flag. It's very bullish. And the dollar has given back a ton. So the dollar was able to get a 4-hour higher high yesterday and has given almost all of it back. Now we do have room for a 4-hour higher low, but on a bounce, bears are going to be waiting to top fish 101.949. Okay, so we went over ES. Downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. Can NASDAQ single-handedly save this market? ES, I want you to look, it made a lower low by $2. It made a lower low, $2.25. All right. NASDAQ did not. Here. When ES made the lower low, NASDAQ did not. NASDAQ is holding up stronger. It has enough room for a 4-hour higher low compared to 12,800. Where do we set this higher low, and can we change this trend is the question. Your key resistance is 12,99650. 12,99650. Let's just call that 13,000. Your key support 12,800. RTY is a dumpster fire. Weekly downtrend, lower high set, daily downtrend, 4-hour downtrend, oversold. Hourly is just now getting a little bit of a dead cat bounce on, but RTY is weak. Why? Risk off behavior. RTY is weak because people are saying this is one of the riskier asset classes, these small to medium sized companies. I don't want to have anything to do with it. So they're up here hiding out in NQ. RTY is weak. Dow is weak. Why is the Dow weak? It is green. It is slightly green. It is weaker than the other indices because of the banks that are inside the Dow. So key resistance 33738, key support 33583, 33583. Okay, VIX is got a little pep in its step. We have a 4-hour uptrend. And as Dan pointed out, why were we having a beautiful green day yesterday? Because all indices were at the low of the day together. I want you to look at this. Here's the top 7 indices in SPY, in the spider, and semiconductors. I like to monitor these every day. This little measurement right here, lows 2%, that is the percentage that it's off the low of day. So XLK closed down at the low of day. It was only 2% above the low. XLV 10%, XLY 1%. XLF 2. So we were all hovering down at the low of day except for XLE and XLV, which they was still close enough. So all sectors were at the low of day, and that's what gave us that trend down day. And listen to this crazy woman. This is such an important tool for you to add to your toolkit, is it's identifying trend days early on, looking at market internals and the major indices and see how they're holding up. And yesterday, market internals did not bobble. They did not bobble. They gave a clear signal of a trend down day all day long. And so did all the sectors. So those are the days for you to hit your home runs. Those are the days to really take advantage. It's hard when you're trading indices on a chop day. Days like yesterday, it should have been a home run for you if you were trading the indices, because market internals never gave you a mixed signal. So can we get our dead cat bounce on with Bitcoin strength, Microsoft strength, and bond strength? Please hold and they will let us know. Hang Seng was up 0.71% overnight. DAX is down 0.6%. So we got a mixed signal there. Bitcoin is super bullish. 4-hour is overbought. Hourly is overbought. But I don't care about RSI right now with Bitcoin because this is news related. So RSI matters a lot less. So how do you trade this if you don't have a position? First 5-minute oversold. Go set yourself an alert. Tell me when RSI hits 30 on the 5-minute. And those should be opportunities for buying. BITO. So 5-minute BITO. Go set your alert. Tell me when this gets oversold on the 5-minute. And that should be a buying opportunity. Back to Bitcoin. Did I give you support? Your last support is down at 28910. 28910. Oh, this indicator is symbols. Let's see. Symbols at High and Low by J.M. O'Sullivan. He's a member in TCG and he created this indicator. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation as to what all these colors are on my chart. You can see the yellow candles are inside bars, and it kind of goes through and delineates what these other moving averages are. All right. Yeah, Bitcoin is getting crazy. Buongiorno, Carlos. There's almost 300 of you and only 78 likes. If you could hit that like button, that would be lovely. Okay. I had to go check the other chat. I have a couple chat rooms I have to monitor. Okay, you're welcome, dropping dimes. Okay, so Bitcoin, we got our supports, we got our resistance. Ethereum, support 1910. Your next resistance, 1983.34. Ethereum is approaching 4-hour overbought. Again, this crypto bull surge is news related with bank weakness. I don't know that I would get into shorting Ethereum or Bitcoin. The question you have to ask yourself every single day is, am I going to be conservative or am I going to be aggressive? And there's always a time and place for either. So if you are an inconsistently profitable trader, if you're a newer trader and you're inconsistently profitable, I would encourage you to take the conservative approach until you can figure out exactly what your edge is. And if you're like, edge, what is that? Join me for my webinar tomorrow and I'll help you define your edge and base it on what your personality is. So you can click here on this webinar link that's pinned at the top of chat and you can sign up for that webinar. So the conservative bull is looking for oversold bounces on Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's what the conservative bull is looking for. An aggressive bear is looking to top fish 1983. But again, I wouldn't condone or promote being an aggressive bear on crypto right now when this is news related. All right, gold. Gold got a bull boost from yesterday's bank news. We got this nice pop up. We have a double top at 2012 and you have a support at 2001. 4-hour has plenty of room for a higher low. We are in a 4-hour uptrend, so that weekly higher low is likely set, and that's at 1980. Silver. 4-hour has plenty of room for a higher low compared to 24.53. So plenty of room for a higher low. Silver also got a bull boost from the news yesterday and looks like silver's benefiting more than gold. Oil is breaking down. We're losing this 76.50. We are in a 4-hour downtrend and y'all know the number. You should know the number by heart now. What's the number? 75.72. That's what I'm waiting for. I want that gap to be filled in order to look for a potential long on oil. Now, if that gap fills, it doesn't mean I'm automatically in long. That's not what that means. I'm just saying once that gap gets filled, then I'm allowed to look for longs. So I'm watching this gap fill target below 75.72, and we have oil inventory today at 10:30. We have nat gas inventory tomorrow at 10:30. And nat gas, I'm going to keep saying the same thing. Broken record. This is a ish show. I can't curse. This is a ish show. This is a dumpster fire. This is a terrible, terrible chart. We have an inside family joke. My dad at Christmas, he does this often. He was eating tamales and he ate one and he's like, this is terrible. And then he ate another one and then, this is terrible. It's like, well, then why do you keep eating it? So this is like the tamale at Christmas for my dad, this chart. This is the tamale. This is terrible. It is a horrible chart. You have so much misdirection. Why do we have so much misdirection? You get a gold star if you answer this right. You're going to be my new BFF. Why do we have so much misdirection on shorter term time frames on nat gas? I'm waiting. If I could do the Jeopardy music. Da, 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 da. I'm waiting. Why do we have so much misdirection on shorter term time frames? Bitcoin is pumping because of the uncertainties around banks, and that is giving people cause to pause and moving toward Bitcoin, which would be an alternative for the banking system. You don't know Simeon? Come on. If you've been around these parts, you know that my way of describing this is, no, not manipulating before the market, which that does happen, Gary, with commodities though, is I call it the drunk girl walking home from the bar. Do you see higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low? What? Lower low, higher high, lower low. Nope, not news. Nope, not 0 DTE. Inside bar. This is an inside bar. So we have a weekly inside bar on nat gas. So do you see it? It's inside last week's range. When you have an inside bar on a higher time frame, you have price probing liquidity to the upside and the downside, and you're getting misdirection on lower term time frames because you have a tightening range. Nope, Serrano, good guess. It's the inside bar concept. So if you have a chart that's doing this on the hourly, and it's giving you all kinds of misdirection, higher low, lower high, lower low, and it's going all over the place, you can typically zoom out to a higher time frame and see an inside bar. Because we have lower liquidity in here, and bulls and bears are probing that liquidity to the upside and downside. And they're trying to find, where are the real buyers? Where are the real sellers? Where are they? And then you have this misdirection. You get chopped up. Look at this. I've got to write this down for when I want to prove or show, not prove, that's a terrible word, but show what inside bars can do on lower time frames. This is the perfect chart to show. All right, so I beat that chart up enough. Inventory tomorrow. Apple. TCG members, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to wrap myself out. My notes today are not the best notes that I could have done. I sat here and just stared at this Apple chart, and I was really I could not get a direction. I want you to look at this. We have plenty of room for a daily higher low on Apple. Now, not on other markets. SPY has lost the daily uptrend. But on Apple, we have plenty of room for a higher low. Plenty. Okay? We have earnings next week. So in the spirit of looking for the daily higher low, it should have happened back here. That's where it should have happened, right there. Where the hourly got oversold, that's our typical area to scout the daily higher low. Well, it didn't hold. It's not holding. We got a lower low this morning. Now what do I do with this? Do I just wait for 4 hour to get oversold? I couldn't come up with a clear answer, so I just typed bears have control. I'm just going to show you. Bears have control. Like, how helpful is that? Not very, but these EMAs are overhead. I can't do anything with that to the long side. I can't. But we're in an area where we should be scouting that daily higher low. So we'll see what happens today. I don't have a clear bead on Apple. Amazon got a boost from Microsoft and Google earnings last night. I don't know why Apple got the bullish correlation and Apple didn't. I obviously don't know enough about fundamentals to be able to figure that out. What I was hoping for is this 105.45. We want the bears. If you're a bull, you want to see that gap fill, but you want to see them dip out of it quickly. So we're filling the gap from yesterday. We're not gapping up now. We're not. It appeared as though we would gap up earlier this morning. We are entering yesterday's area price activity. So basically, bulls are giving it all back. The pump that they saw after hours, they're almost giving it all back. Not quite yet, but 105.45 fills the gap, and we're now into yesterday's price range, so no more gap up. 104.42 is your next support. That's prior resistance that could act as support. We'll see what, yeah, it's already getting oversold on the 5 minute. And again, Amazon, I wasn't very helpful. Bouncing on Microsoft earnings, but I don't see a clear trade. Again, they have earnings tomorrow after hours. Nvidia is holding up better than most. And we're fighting here at this hourly 50 MA. We're fighting to get over it. Now the high is 272.47. Odds favor that we don't get through that on the first try. That's pretty far away. What is that? Almost $3.50 away. So we'll see if they can get over this 50 MA. 270.11 is your next resistance, but Nvidia is stronger than most. It could be worth a dip buy against 267. Tesla is getting tight. We have a daily inside bar yesterday. high of 163.47, low of 158.75. Man, I just thought that Tesla was going to give us a great trade yesterday. We had this tightening EQ up here. And this is why, while the market was making lower lows, Tesla's up near the high of day. And I was thinking, if the market could bounce, Tesla could take out that high of day and is positioned well. Well, the bears just finally took over on Tesla. So we have an inside bar from yesterday's range. So we're right in the middle of it. Actually, let's do that math. Are we right in the middle of it? Yep, 161.13 is a 50% retrace. So this thing is just getting super tight. 162.50 is your clear resistance. 160 is your clear support right here. We're inside an inside bar. So we'll see how if this can pop out of this range to the upside or downside and give us some direction. Oh, good, Curtis. I'm glad it helped. Okay, JPM. JPM, this is the best. This is one of the best setups I've given y'all, and I've given JPM trade to you almost every day. What we were looking for was a weekly lower high. Nice bounce, beautiful bounce, but a weekly lower high was the more likely scenario. And then it gave us beautiful top fishing opportunities a couple times. And then yesterday, I told y'all it was a top fishing opportunity again, and it really rolled over hard. So what can we do with it today? First 5 minute overbought. And I get asked often, why do I trade JPM so much? Because it trades so technically. Yesterday, you're looking to top fish 140. Look at that. It hit 139.96. It trades super technical. That's why I like JPM, looking for first 5 minute overbought for reverse back burner. Microsoft, Mara, and Riot, I'm looking for first 5 minute oversold. So let's set our alerts. Tell me when MARA gets oversold on the 5 minute. That could possibly get a long. Riot, I still have a small long from yesterday when Dan told us to watch it. It's a beautiful trade call out. So I want to know when Microsoft, Mara, and Riot hit first 5 minute oversold. And I want to know when JPM hits first 5 minute overbought for a potential short. So let's look at the banks. I thought I was cute with this skull. Do y'all remember back here, here, and yesterday? I said, I don't like the 50 and 200 MA overhead. I don't like it. Yes, XLF was having a strong charge into it. However, 50 and 200 MA together, that is too staunch of a resistance. I think is the word I used. I'm not sure. But look what it did. It's super clear. So what do you do with that now? You're like, thanks a lot, Lori. I wasn't here yesterday. So now what do I do? Wait for first 5 minute overbought for a potential short on XLF. Hello. Bonjour. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button and sign up for the webinar. It's right here, pinned at the top of the YouTube chat. And anybody in TradingView that wants it, I can put the link there as well. So it'll take you to the landing page for the webinar. And even if you can't attend live, sign up here and you will get an email of the PDF, kind of like a copy of my presentation. And plus you'll get a link to the YouTube and you can watch it later. You don't have to watch it live. So let me put this link in TradingView chat room. Oh, good, Gary. That's awesome. ENPH is dropping like a rock. They had earnings. Wowzer. They're getting punished. It is dropping like a rock. Now, how many of you heeded my advice on FRC and didn't buy that dip yesterday? Because I told you, Newton's law, first law of motion, things in motion tend to stay in motion. FRC yesterday just because it's a big gap down, that's not typically not a buying opportunity. Sometimes it can bounce. It is, and I got on my soapbox where I was naggy, and I was nagging y'all, don't buy that FRC gap down. Well, same thing with EMPH. Things that are in motion tend to stay in motion. So I would not be eager to buy this dip on ENPH. Perfect, Mary. Wonderful. All right. Well, that's it for me. Thank you for being here. Give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGalLori. Check us out at chartguys.com. We're a cool group, I promise. Well, most of us are cool. Just kidding. All of us are cool. All right. Thanks for being here, and use stop losses.